Jai Gurudev, good evening, Mr. Lambaji. Thank you for agreeing to this interview. Let's start from the beginning. Could you tell us about your initial days and how you began your journey? Good morning. My journey began with an intense schedule. Back in the day, I used to work 18 hours a day for around 1968 hours a month. There was so much work, and it was only after I started working with Gurudev in 2004 that I realized how fast paced everything was. His office ran with incredible speed, and there was an overwhelming amount of work. That sounds like quite a workload. How did you manage to keep up with such a demanding environment? It was challenging. Initially, I was overwhelmed by the sheer amount of tasks. There were stacks of letters and countless meetings to attend, but over time, I adapted. Gurudev's office was always buzzing with activity. Sometimes I had to sort through numerous emails late into the night, ensuring nothing was missed. Can you recall any specific incidents that were particularly memorable or impactful during your time there? Yes, there were many. One incident that stands out is when I realized the importance of attention to detail. One night, after a long day of sorting through emails and documents, I thought I had completed everything. Gurudev asked if everything important had been addressed. I casually mentioned that nothing was particularly urgent. He immediately corrected me, emphasizing that I should never make the call without thorough review. That moment was a turning point for me, teaching me the value of meticulousness. It seems like working with Gurudev required a lot of precision and dedication. How did you cope with the stress and maintain such high standards? It wasn't easy, but I learned that you have to be fully present and aware of every detail. There were times when the workload seemed insurmountable. For instance, managing appointments was a task in itself. Often I wasn't aware of who I was meeting until they were in front of me. It was crucial to stay organized and keep track of everything to avoid any slip ups. How did your role evolve over time? Did you find ways to manage the increasing responsibilities more effectively? Over time, I became more adept at handling the pressures. Initially, it was a struggle, but with experience, I developed a system to manage the appointments, emails, and meetings more efficiently. I also learned to prioritize tasks better and delegate when necessary. Despite the challenges, it was incredibly fulfilling to support Gurudev and the mission. It sounds like you gained a lot of valuable experience. Looking back, what would you say was the most important lesson you learned from this journey? The most important lesson was the significance of dedication and precision. Gurudev's work ethic and attention to detail were unparalleled. He taught me that no task is too small and that every detail matters. This approach not only helped me manage my responsibilities better but also enriched my personal and professional growth. Thank you for sharing your experiences, Mr. Lamba. It is inspiring to hear about your journey and the lessons you have learned. Is there any final thought or advice you would like to leave our audience with? Thank you. If there is one piece of advice I would like to share, it is always to stay committed and pay attention to the details. No matter how overwhelming the task, with dedication and precision, you can achieve great things. This has been the cornerstone of my journey, and I believe it is a valuable principle for anyone in any field. That's wonderful advice. Thank you again for your time and insights, Mr. Lamba. It was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you. The pleasure was mine. Jai Gurudev.